with an accusation leveled and more. This is Pro Wrestling Central. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. As Wade Barrett has been absent from WWE programming recently, this was said regarding him returning to commentary for the WrestlePalooza event, with PW Insider reporting that Wade Barrett is listed internally for the WWE broadcast team this weekend in Indianapolis. Barrett has been off TV for several weeks at his own request. Talking about the on-screen alliance with his wife Becky Lynch in WWE, Seth Rollins said this to First Take. "Oh, well, I mean, look, we are a force behind the scenes at all times. Two of the greatest to ever do it in our respective divisions. You know, the time had come. It made the most sense. And look, she's family. She's got my back. I got her back. I don't know if we've been working it up for a long time, but the conversations have been in place for many months leading up to the moment." When it comes to Joe Hendry's future in WWE, Ringside News wrote that Joe Hendry has been working with WWE for quite a while, and every time he appears, fans respond in a big way. While speculation about his future continues, it seems he could officially join WWE as a full-time star sooner than many expect. According to The Takedown, multiple WWE and TNA sources have confirmed that Joe Hendry is gradually being moved away from TNA programming and featured more on WWE television. The expectation within both companies is that Hendry will be WWE bound on a full-time basis by the beginning of 2026. Some fans online have speculated that Hendry is already signed with WWE. However, TNA president Carlos Silva clarified to The Takedown that Hendry remains under contract with TNA for now. He explained that WWE, NXT, and TNA are working together to coordinate Hendry's appearances as part of their partnership. Of Hendry's last 8 matches, including dark and house shows, only one was for TNA, a September 4th match against Travis Williams. Recently, he has faced The Miz on WWE's main roster house shows during their United Kingdom tour. While Hendry may still appear on TNA TV at times, fans should expect to see him featured more often on WWE NXT as this transition continues. Nonetheless, with an early 2026 full-time move widely expected, it's only a matter of time before the "I believe in Joe Hendry" chant becomes a weekly thing on WWE television. Bringing up how his first reign as undisputed WWE champion was difficult to enjoy, Cody Rhodes told First Take, "I think this time it's more about enjoying it actually than anything. And I know sometimes you get in there in the performance and the heat of the moment, the spots and the moves and the connection with the audience. But having been champion once before, having had a full year with it and feeling like every bit of pressure could possibly be on me, with WWE cruising to heights it hadn't been at, I wanted to be the lead dog, wanted to be the quarterback in the second run with it. I also just want to have a good time." Touching on her new rules for dating following her divorce, Nikki Bella said this on Stephanie McMahon's What's Your Story podcast. "All the girls were talking about this last night when we were in the suite. We were all hanging out and, some of them were telling me, like, what I should go for. And, okay, we've had a lot because there's a few of us that have become single. So, right, we've had some fun conversations. Those are very fun conversations. Yeah, it was good yesterday. And it's so funny because I'm just like, well, as long as they don't live in Napa or even expect to come visit, I'm fine with that. Like, no one's coming around my son for like years and years and years. They have to prove that. I have to know. Like, it doesn't mean I can't have a little fun though." That's what Bree says. She's like, "Girl, please be Samantha's Sex in the City." Yeah, which I'm not gonna lie, I've tried a little bit. Yeah, sure. That's good. It's hard. It's hard out there. I feel like I'm actually tending to go older than younger younger. So many people I know, but it will be interesting to see what's to come. You never know, right? Never know. And if it's going to be, it'll be when you least expect it anyway. I know, right? Totally. Talking about the possibility of new members joining a faction in AEW, Ringside News wrote that MVP made his debut in AEW on the September 25th, 2024 episode of Dynamite, and it was followed up with Shelton Benjamin joining MVP the following week. Bobby Lashley eventually signed with AEW during Friday Night Dynamite, and now it appears AEW could be adding another member to the faction. Fightful Select reports that the Hurt Syndicate might be heading for a change. Sources state there have been internal talks about spicing up the group with younger talent to give it a new spark. Fans have speculated that Cedric Alexander could join, but there's no sign of that happening yet. Alexander's been working in TNA recently, though it's unclear if he has a long-term deal there. There's also chatter about possible new signings being connected to the faction, but nothing concrete has come up so far. Earlier this year, rumors suggested MVP might leave AEW, but those have been denied. All current members of the Hurt Syndicate remain under multi-year contracts, keeping the core of the group intact as the company plans its next steps. With Cedric Alexander not currently in the mix and no new recruits confirmed, the Hurt Syndicate is set to focus on building strength with its existing lineup. Nonetheless, we'll have to see if they end up adding more members somewhere down the line. After Logan Paul's controversial video in 2019 where he was in Japan's suicide forest, The Rock had cut ties with Paul. Now, it seems the two have buried the hatchet, with Logan Paul noting on YouTube, "I got an incoming video from Dwayne Johnson, and we just talked about his movie Smashing Machine with the director, Benny Safdie, for like an hour and a half. So that's just interesting. He's getting makeup in the video." The Rock said, "Yo, my brother, I know I look super cool right now. What's up? Yo, brother, I know you're doing Benny Safdie today. I'm so happy, man, that you're going to meet him. That is my guy. That is my brother, and he changed my life. And I just want you to know that, and you guys are going to have an amazing talk. I told Benny how much, man, I just loved you, and you guys are going to have a great talk." Paul then said, he is so nice. I'm actually going to listen to the rest of this off camera. Sorry. So I shouldn't have filmed it. I was just very excited. Dwayne Johnson, he's been very nice to me of recently. Responding to fans claiming he should turn heel in WWE, CM Punk said this on Pardon My Take. "It's interesting. A lot of people are always like, oh, you're a much better heel than you are a babyface. Okay, like, I get that. I feel that. It's just a lot easier to get people to hate you than it is to get people to truly love you. And I'm in this space now where I don't know if I'm ever going to be a bad guy again, because it seems like I've kind of leveled up. I've reached this point where, like, a lot of it's nostalgia, and a lot of it is, I think, how hard I work and how I still can compete at that super high level." Confirming a WWE PLE for Italy next year, WWE President Nick Khan told Sports Business Italy is to host a premium live event, PLE, in 2026 to coincide with the country joining Netflix's World Wrestling Entertainment WWE streaming deal. The promotion's president Nick Khan has told Sport Business. Explaining why she decided to make her WWE return after being away for a decade, AJ Lee said this to ESPN. "Gosh, it's sort of been something that was in the air for the past couple of years as an option. However, when I retired, I was very comfortable staying retired and I felt very complete in my career. So I've always said to do something, to embark on a new journey, it has to feel brand new. It has to feel like I'm needed. It has to feel exciting and kind of scary. And so starting this new chapter on ESPN feels like a whole new mountain the company needs to climb, and I was flattered that they believed that I could help sort of draw eyeballs in that way. But also, like, Becky is very interesting to me. I think that she's wonderful in the ring and we have a lot of similarities, and she would not be an easy person to get back in the ring with, so that was exciting." As former AEW names, Brandon Tate and his brother, along with Kevin Kelly, are in the process of suing AEW for defamation and wrongful termination, Brandon, in a now deleted post, leveled an accusation against AEW President Tony Khan, writing on Facebook, "Match show cancelled. It was announced that my brother and I were returning to the ring after being away for 2 years. Today I was informed that Tony Khan and All Elite Wrestling had removed the opponents from our match that was supposed to take place next weekend. Not only are they causing issues to continue outside of AEW, where we no longer work, and our personal life, but affecting the independent promotion, wrestlers, fans, and everyone involved or that planned on attending the show next weekend. My brother and I have grinded for almost 2 years trying to get our life back from the hole they left us in, and we're finally able to return to wrestling and make a little money for ourselves to try and bounce back. This dude has ruined over nearly 2.5 decades of one of the best companies to ever exist in professional wrestling, Ring of Honor, and is now pulling talent from the independents just to get his way, but claiming his roster are independent contractors. I hope he realizes the company he once praised about changing wrestling for the better for everyone is going completely backwards, and this will one day all catch up to him. I apologize on behalf of my brother and ECC Wrestling for anyone looking forward to seeing us wrestle and giving ECC Wrestling a bad rep like they did the both of us." And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.